Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
Buenas noches a mi pueblo, Rabbi, Rabbinette, and Shaya, and Dr. Kokonen, and Kendra, and all of us. My name is Rebecca Arroyo Roman de Quinan. I was born in Stuttgart to Puerto Rican parents. My father served in the U.S. military for 27 years. After 27 years, he retired and we went to the idyllic island of Puerto Rico in the Caribbean, where we had friends that were Jews, but I never knew they were Jews because my parents never made a big difference because they loved everybody. I'm a Christian. My father shared with us about the Holocaust and history and what the Jews went through and the war every day. I was the Benjamina. That's what they called me when I was growing up. That means the youngest one of 5. La yo soy la Benjamina. I was very close to my father. And my father would say things such as, if you ever are in doubt, side on the side of the Jews. But this is a place where you go to the beach. This is a place where you have a lot of fun, where people get along, where nothing was happening in Puerto Rico. But I would say, yes, okay, Dad, you know. And I would ask my dad about the war, and I would ask him about his experiences. And I was very curious, and I still am. Those of you that have hung out with me during this time, I'm always looking for this, that, and the other. And I even poked my dad, even on personal things of his life. Did you ever do this? Did you ever do that? And he would actually answer me. But when I asked him about the war and things he said, this sadness would come out over my dad, this quietness, and he had a tremendous sense of humor. He was very sarcastic and very fun. But he would say, no, nena, no. No, nena, no. No, baby, no. No, baby, no. And he could speak through books, and he made us read the Nuremberg trials when we were very young and study with him. And he could speak to us through documentaries and movies, but not directly. And he passed away, and I always felt cheated or mistrusted that my dad, who was so close to me, wouldn't share that with me. 6 years ago, I had an opportunity in Houston. My husband and I pastor a multicultural, non-denominational Christian church. We have 2 services in English and 1 in Spanish. And we did a night to honor Israel. The whole community came, and that opened a door for me to understand the need for Jews and Christians to work closer together. And from that moment, we made a solemn promise to the Jewish community, a promise that is not original to me. It's a promise that another woman, another Gentile, made one day, and it's in the book of Ruth, that your people would be my people, and that your God would be my God. And I would ask you to never ask me to leave you or to forget about me about you, because wherever you go, I will go. And wherever you die, I will be buried. But God, to me, and more, if anything but death, separate you from me. And this mission, when Dr. Kokonen invited me to come, and I received also some communication from Shaya, when it came, this was what my father wanted me to do. I recently lost a dear rabbi, Rabbi Joseph Radinsky, of blessed memory. I sat with Rabbi every week in his house. And he taught me so well. I bless God for the Jewish community in Houston for welcoming me. Rabbi spoke of orphans. I am not an orphan, although my physical father passed away. I have fathers in the Jewish community, and I'm so grateful. Even being here, why should I be sharing such intimate moments with all of you? I'm not a Jew. But I think from the time of the war, and especially young Jewish people, listen, no matter what our feelings and our mistakes might have been, but we were thrown in this together. And we have an opportunity to work together for a better future, especially in this dangerous world that we are living in. I want to thank you for allowing me your intimate moments. I want to thank you for allowing me to walk these hallowed places together with you, for riding over to Israel. I want to thank you. As I was walking at the camp, Auschwitz and Birkenau and all this, and I was thinking about my father. I was really missing my rabbi. I wanted to call him on the phone. When you forget somebody passed, he passed recently, you say, I'm going to call him. He was very witty. I'm going to tell him this and then. But as I was walking, what was missing? It was the sounds. It was the voices of all these people that were killed. And I was looking at all of you. You're from all over. And that's what was at the camp. It was people from all over. It was people like you. And I thought for a moment, the voices are not missing. The bodies are not missing. Some went up, yes, in the worst way, but you're alive. You are alive. When I heard your testimony, the 4 people you come from, you're a miracle. And I know in the modern world, there's so much happening in the Jewish community. There's assimilation, there's all kinds of stuff, the numbers are dwindling, and we need to work together. When I went to Yad Vashem, and I went through the museum, I realized that I couldn't keep this to myself. Now, if anyone knows, I will talk to an empty picture about what needs to be done, if it stands in front of me long enough. I'm very bold that way. But Yad Vashem, why reinvent the wheel? Yad Vashem is the place where we can bring people, or where people can go and educate, and where people can know the realities of what can happen. I am privileged to have been here. I believe in the mission of Yad Vashem. I believe this is very urgent. I feel sometimes like a hamster on a wheel. There's so many groups to educate. Hispanics in the United States and all over the world. Young people, if you see the late shows, you ask them who was the first president of the United States and they have no idea. You ask who Adolf Hitler was and they say, was that a designer? We have work to do. And while our time here has been great, and I know that we have so much to do, we're very busy, and I get that, nothing is more important, I think, than to teach the value of life, and to all of us do it together. So my heart is full of gratitude. Thank you. And I look forward to a reunion, perhaps, in the future. I look forward to receiving some of you in Houston. Recibir muchos de ustedes en Houston. I look forward for us to work shoulder to shoulder. I am not an orphan, but the world is an orphan of knowledge. The world is an orphan of the value of life. The world has been orphaned of good leadership. But you don't have far to look for that good leadership. You have it. And Yad Vashem provides that, not just for Jews, but it's a light to the whole world. Thank you. Thank you.